Hello, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft locomotive tutorial. Today, we're going to be building this c44-9w in the BC Rail blue colors. And once again, thanks to Railfan Kyle for requesting that we do this locomotive. So let's get to it. As usual, I'll be building this on the front of the train. I already have. So our first step is to take out a dark oak stair to be the coupler. And we're going to come down on this locomotive that's already here and connect up the coupler here. Underneath that, we put a dark oak fence gate. That will be the air hose. Then we're going to come up on this locomotive and we're going to delete these inner two fence gates. And we're going to put a row of two dark oak fences coming across to be the connected MU cables. Now we're going to take out polished andesite stairs for the plow, one block back from the coupler, and we're going to make three coming across the rails like this. On the outsides, we put upside down stairs facing outwards. On the next level, a polished andesite block in the middle, and then upside down stairs facing forwards coming two out on each side. Next layer up is just all polished andesite blocks. Then we're going to come around behind this and we're going to make a T-shaped pattern with blocks. And on the bottom, above the rails, we put an end rod on each side for porch lighting. Behind that, we make a 3x5 of polished andesite blocks. So it comes out to the edge of the rails on both sides. Now we're going to make our first set of wheels. So we skip one block behind this and we get a netherite placed on each rail to be the wheels. An end rod goes in the middle to be the axle. Now switch to a stone brick stair just to differentiate the truck from the body, and we're going to make a row of 5 upside down coming back to back in this T-shaped pattern. Then behind that, another set of wheels, so netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then back to stone brick stairs and another back-to-back T-shaped pattern coming 5 across. Then behind that, one more set of wheels, so netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Now we're going to take out a dark oak fence gate and we're going to open them into each of these wheels. Same thing up here, get in between here and open them into each of the wheels to be sanders and air hoses. Now we're going to come up on top of here and switch back to a polished andesite block. And we're going to fill in this middle 3 coming back to the end of this truck here. We'll come above those fence gates and we'll come out one more. Then we're going to come around underneath of that and we're going to make another row of 3 on the bottom layer. On the outside edge of this bottom block, we're going to put upside down facing outward polished andesite stairs and we're going to bring it back by a row of 12. Once you have it 12, come around behind it, put 3 blocks coming across, and then same thing, upside down stairs in a row of 12 coming forward to connect up on the other side. This is the bottom of the fuel tank. Now that we have that, we're going to come around on top here and we're going to take out a polished andesite block and we're going to fill in this middle 3 on the top coming all the way back. So just keep dragging it back. We'll stop there for now because we got to build our next set of trucks. I made it daytime real quick so we could see better. So we're going to skip a block and get a block of netherite on each rail for the wheels with an end rod axle. And then same thing as the front, upside down stone bricks in a back-to-back T-shaped pattern like this, coming all the way across the rails by 5. And then the next set of wheels, so netherite on each rail, end rod axle, then stone brick stairs again in a back-to-back T-shaped pattern coming all the way across the rails. And once we have that, one more set of wheels, so netherite on each rail again with an end rod axle. Then we go back to our dark oak fence gates and open them into each wheel like this, and then in this gap open them into each wheel on this end. Now we'll go ahead and come back on top here with our polished andesite block, and we'll bring this middle 3 forward. And keep bringing it forward till we get above those dark oak fence gates. In front of that, we need to make a 3x5 coming to each side of the rails. So just bring that out on each side there. Then we make a T-shaped pattern, and we put an end rod above each rail on each side. Then we switch to polished andesite stairs, 3 coming across the rails like this for the plow, and then upside down facing outward on each side. Next layer up, we put a block in the middle and upside down forward facing stairs coming to each side, and then a row of 5 blocks. Now we're going to do the coupler, so come in with a dark oak fence and get it stacked up in the middle so it's on that second block. Delete the ones you use for placement. Underneath that, we're going to put a dark oak fence gate for the air hose, and then on each side here, 2 dark oak fence gates, and open them into the plow. Now come in here with a smooth quartz slab and place 1 coming up on each of these bottom 3 blocks to be the stairs, both sides. Then we come down and do the same thing on the other end, 1 on each of the bottom of these 3 blocks, so we have quartz slabs as the stairs here. Now we decide which way the locomotive is facing. I'm going to have mine facing the void, making this the conductor side. So come on the engineer side, and on the front of the fuel tank in the back, we put 2 polished andesite blocks. On the conductor side, we fill it all the way in. On the front of the fuel tank here, we put 2 crimson buttons on each side to be the fuel cap and fuel shutoff. Then we're going to take out anvils, and we're going to put 3 there and 4 coming back with a gap in the middle. That's the air tanks. Now we're going to take out stone brick slabs, and starting above the front wheel and coming into the back wheel here, put a row of stone brick slabs on top of the trucks here. Same thing here. And then we got to do the same thing on the other side. So going from wheel to wheel with the slabs. And 1 more to go. We got to come down and do this corner. 1 more row of slabs here. Now we're going to come around on the sides of the trucks here underneath, and in front of every wheel we're going to put an upside down grindstone coming off those slabs. So same thing here, 1 in front of every wheel. Then we got to do that exact same thing on the other side. So 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 more corner to go here. 1 in front of that wheel, 1 in front of that wheel, 1 in front of that wheel. Now we're going to come on over on the conductor side towards the front, and right in front of the fuel tank on this top block, put a bell. Then we're going to switch to a chain, and in between the truck and that porch, put a chain there, a chain here, and a chain there. Same thing on the other side. A chain there, chain there, chain here, and a chain here. Now we're going to come on top on this 3rd layer with smooth quartz blocks, and we're going to fill it in 5 across going from end to end. Now we can come around and work on the front of the locomotive. So on this first andesite area, we're going to build this checkerboard pattern of lapis lazuli and white concrete. We're leaving a gap on that one side for a door. Then, in the top middle, we need a headlight. I'm going to use sea lanterns this time, so put a sea lantern there with white concrete on each side. Behind this, on each outside edge, we put a column of 2 lapis on each side. Then 3 lapis across the top middle. We're going to switch to a warp stair, and we have it going outwards in the front and forwards in the back, so it kind of curves like that. We're using warped because we don't have blue stairs. Now come around behind this with your lapis, and on the outside edge, make a column of 3, and then come back 2, and another column of 3. Same thing here. So a column of 3, back 2, another column of 3. Then you can fill in that middle with 2 more, and then we're going to use white concrete there to represent the locomotive number. Then coming across the front, 2 black glass blocks with lapis in the middle on each side. Then lapis on the back corners, and then black stained glass on the sides for the side windows, so it looks something like that. Above that, we put 3 lapis coming across the top and bring that down to the back of the cab here. On the sides of the cab above the windows, a row of 4 outward facing warp stairs on each side. And I'm realizing the nose doesn't quite look right. So I'm going to knock out this corner stair and this block. Where the block was, I'm going to place outward facing quartz stairs. So it's something like that. And then we're going to go into our inventory and we're going to take out a warped slab here. And we're going to put those on each corner. So now the nose looks a little more realistic. Come around behind the cab with lapis, and we're going to make a column of 4 on each side, and we're going to extend that all the way back. Stop just before the andesite here, and then put a column in the middle. And then same thing, we're going to drag it all the way forward to the front. On this side, we come behind the cab and knock out 2 of those to leave space for a door. Come around on top behind the cab, put 1 lapis, 2 sideways blast furnace, 2 lapis, 2 bedrock, and another lapis. Then we bring that across all the way, and then 2 bedrock, 1 lapis, with a gap in between, and we alternate with sideways blast furnaces because it's slightly asymmetrical. Then fill in the gaps with lapis. Come down to the back and fill in these ends in a T-shape just like that. Then we're going to bring it forward by another 7 lapis, and we're going to go ahead and fill it in all the way across here. Then take out upside down warp stairs, 2 of them starting from the back. Then 4 polished stone brick stairs for the vent, and then another warped in front of it. Same thing on this side. 1 warped in front, 4 polished black stone brick, and then 2 warped. Come around on top, and we make a 2x3 of warped slabs, and then we bring it forward by 4 in the middle, and then 1 row coming across the front. Then we got to take out polished black stone brick slabs to be the top vents, and we fill in these 4 on each side. I'm going to switch it back to day so we can see better here. This gap in the middle here, we can go ahead and just fill that all in with lapis. Take out warp stairs, forward facing here, backward facing here. 1 row of slabs, a respawn anchor in the middle for the exhaust. Surround that with slabs. Leave a gap in the middle there and then fill in the rest. And then I'm going to go ahead and take out a fence gate here to be the horn. And I'm going to use a warp fence gate this time just so it matches the locomotive. We open that in there to be the horn. Come on down behind the conductor side and put a row of 4 lapis right there. Another one on top of it. And then we're going to knock out this one and put a sideways blast furnace because there's a little vent there. Now we're going to come on over to the engineer side here. And on this side, we put a row of 5 lapis on bottom. And then 1 on top there, so there's a step going up to that door. Come on down to the back on the conductor side, because we got to build some vents. So 1 in front of the back, we knock out a column of 2 and replace it with bedrock. Skip 1, another column of 2. And then skip 1 and a 2x2 square of bedrock. Then we're going to put in a trap door for the handbrake, and then we're going to come underneath the handbrake and we're going to knock out that block and replace it with a stair. Now we're going to do mostly the same thing on the other side. So 1 in front, we put a column of 2 bedrock, skip 1, another column of 2 bedrock, skip 1, and a 2x2 of bedrock. And I actually just realized I have the bell in the wrong place. So come on down here, go ahead and delete this bell, and we can put a chain in between that gap. And then put the bell up here on the top middle. Now we're going to go ahead and take out some iron bars to do all of our railings. So come down on the side, starting from the bottom, and rise it up by 4. Then come over by 2 and up by 2. Skip the middle and make another 2 by 2, and then bring that all the way down to the bottom there. And then on the other side of these stairs, rise it up by 4. Same thing here, rise that up by 4. Now I'm going to put in a door. This time I'm using a warp door just because it matches the blue of the locomotive a little better, and a door here behind the cap. We're going to start on the side of the cap here with iron bars and bring it over by 2, and then down 1, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we got to bring it down 1 again. I'll go fix that mistake I made. And then we're going to bring this all the way to the back. When we get here, we connect it up to the bottom, and then we come up by 4 on this one, and same thing as the front, a 2 by 2 on the side here, skip the middle, another 2 by 2, and then connect that up to the bottom. And then on the other side of the stairs, we come up from the bottom, up by 1, and we bring that forward. When we get here, we got to come up by 2, and somehow I made it go down, so I had to delete that. So up by 2, and then over again to connect up with the cap. Come on the side of the windows here with white stained glass panes on each side to be rear view mirrors. Now come around with item frames for our ditch lights. One there, and then up on the bars. BC Rail has quad ditch lights on these, and put in some sea lanterns. One on there and another sea lantern for the headlight. Then we're going to fill in this T-shape of the nose with blue carpet. Come on in on each side above the windows here with a birch sign, and we're going to use that to type in our locomotive number. And then we're going to do the same thing on this other side. So a birch sign to type in your locomotive number. Now we're going to come on down to the other end and detail that side. So on the side, 1 block down, same thing, we're going to use a birch sign to put in our locomotive number here. And then 1 on the other side as well. Then we're going to switch to an item frame, 2 of them there with sea lanterns for the headlights. And then same thing as on the front, we're going to make our quad ditch lights using item frames and sea lanterns. On the left side, we put a ladder coming up. Underneath the ladder, we knock out that block and put dark gray wool. Then we're going to switch to dark gray carpet and fill in everything on this end here. And then we're going to bring dark gray carpet all the way down this walkway, all the way to the front. And then up on top of there, you're going to have to crouch to put it on that blast furnace. Then we're going to come over and do the exact same thing on the other side. So bring dark gray carpet all the way forward to the front here. And even up there and on that step. And then on the very front, we're going to make this T-shape of dark gray carpet. Now we need to make some banners. So come into a loom with a blue banner and white dye. We make a vertical on the left, vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom, horizontal in the middle. New banner. Vertical on the left, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. New banner. Vertical on the left, white across the top, and a diagonal. New banner. Vertical on the left, vertical on the right, horizontal on top, horizontal in the middle. New banner. Vertical in the middle, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. New banner, vertical on the left, and a horizontal on bottom. Then switch to blue dye and use the pattern that makes a border and put a border around all these letter banners. Now that we have our letter banners, we can put our logos on the side of the locomotive. So come around here, and starting under where this lapis block is above it, we're just going to spell out BC Rail. And then we'll come around on the other side to put the logo there. And I'm going to build this one backwards so we know it's in the right spot. So under this blue block, we just spell out BC Rail again. Now we're going to make a window banner for the back windows of the cab. Come into a loom, blue banner, and black dye. Make the entire top half black. Then switch to blue dye and put a blue border around it. This makes the window. Come around on back of the cab here and put one there for a window and one there. Now we're going to go ahead and do the interior of the cab. So get on down on the nose here and come through this nose door. In this corner, we're going to put an end portal for a toilet. Then take out smooth stone slabs, and we're going to make a column coming up to the bottom of the windows here. And another column on this side. Then turn sideways and fill this all in till it rises up to the level of the door. Same thing in front of the door there, and on this side. Then we're going to put a slab on the conductor side for a desk, an item frame in the middle with an end crystal for a computer screen, and a lever for the engineer. Turn around this way and put in your seats, whatever color stairs you want. And then we're going to use our slabs here to make stairs coming up. Now I'm running a quick test here to make sure the stairs work, and they do. So come around to the back here. Put a sideways blast furnace, and above that, a sea lantern so the cab lights up. Now our interior is done. Now we're going to come on the top front here, and starting in front of these vents, start filling everything in with blue carpet. You'll have to crouch to place them on the blast furnaces there. This will just close in the roof from the vents and make it look a little better. And go ahead and bring that all the way forward to the front of the cab. And I just realized another mistake I made. There's caution striping on the back of the locomotive as well. So we need to turn this back into a checkerboard pattern. So I'm going to knock out the bottom block and replace it with white concrete, skip a block, white concrete. Then we're going to knock out this one where the sign is, and one down under that. Replace your ladder, and replace your locomotive number sign plate with a birch sign. And then we got a mirror on this side, so knock out this block here and replace it with white concrete and one below it. And then we got to replace that locomotive number plate as well. Now the back looks correct. Sorry about that there. And there you have it, folks. We've completed our BC Rail C44-9w locomotive. And once again, thanks to Railfan Kyle for requesting that I do this locomotive. Stay tuned for more railfanning action and more Minecraft tutorials. Everyone have a great week and stay safe out there.